Welcome. This is the MSNBC Newsroom, sponsored by Tesla Motors, bringing you the best in environmental news. Here's your host, John Smith.
Good evening, America. Welcome to the MSNBC Newsroom, sponsored by Tesla Motors. Tonight we have a number of stories to cover. First, we have our reporter Tris Land in Mexico City with breaking news. Chris.
Thank you, John. Air quality has hit a new low here in Mexico. Experts say that new tests conducted with gravimetric filters and microscopes indicate an increase in particulate matter has driven this pollution. These small particles are formed from the combustion of different items including wood, gasoline, biofuel, and coal. Mexico City has struggled with problems relating to hazy smog, and particulate matter intensifies this. It is clear that conditions have become worse and a wall will not fix things. There are two classifications of particulates, PM10, which is smaller than 10 micrometers, and PM2.5, which is smaller than 2.5 micrometers. The latter has caused respiratory issues across the city, as the highly toxic particles can become stuck deep in the alveoli of the lungs.
Wow, that sounds like that hurts. I hope you took the proper precautions.
That I did, John.
Thank you, Chris. And with more information about poisonous pollution piling on the world, we go to Anthony Vinoitis in Shanghai, China.
It's Vinoitis, but thank you, John. With the Chinese economy slowing down, the Great Communist Party has initiated a campaign to increase fossil fuel consumption. They claim this will stimulate the economy and make China great again. A major component of this plan is to burn more coal. However, environmental scientists deported by the Chinese government for their opposition have discovered a new barium-thorium titration test that this will lead to an increase in sulfur dioxide. This gas can irritate one's respiratory system while adversely affecting plant tissue as well. This gas has also led to an increase in acidic deposition, a damaging water pollutant. China is already the world's leading producer of sulfur dioxide, so this will be interesting how it affects China as a whole.
Very interesting, Mr. Vinatotis. Thank you for the report.
You're welcome. It's Viniotis, by the way.
And now for the reaction here in the United States after this commercial break. You are watching MSNBC.
Are you interested in a new powerful car? Electric cars are so powerful that they'll shock you. Hi, I'm Rich Samary, the sorcerer, and you should come down to Tesla, New Jersey and supercharge your ride. The new model can go over 300 miles without recharging, so get shocked at Tesla of New Jersey today!
Welcome back to MSNBC Newsroom, presented by Tesla Motors. We now join Richie Guerriere on Long Island in New York, who has been getting the opinion of the people. What's up, Rich?
Oh, hey, John. Didn't see you there. As you discussed earlier on the show, there's been a slew of new concerns relating to global air pollution. However, the real headline here on Long Island is carbon. Carbon dioxide, or CO2, has been on the minds of some of America's most ardent environmentalists. Carbon dioxide is a colorless, odorless gas that is released into the atmosphere during the combustion of most forms of matter, particularly coal and oil. And as CO2 builds up in the atmosphere, the greenhouse effect accelerates, leading to climate change. Tests done with CO2 sensors, which are small handheld devices, indicate that even in small towns like Massapequa, here can be affected. This has worried many individuals.
Come to the conclusion that while there is a cyclical nature of it, there's never been a time in America, in any history, where the population of the planet has been as large as it is. So since the global population has more than quadrupled over the past generation, and people are living longer than they ever have, and we're consuming more resources than we ever had before. So if you're asking me my opinion on global warming, I'd say that a population that has exploded is going to use more resources than they've ever done before, and we haven't as a society adjusted to that. We haven't adjusted to it in terms of recycling. We haven't adjusted to it in terms of using forms of energy that are more renewable. So right now there's a lot of talk about going into more solar and more wind, but the technologies are very, very old, and they're only beginning now.
However, not all individuals are convinced. Here's what James Costner had to say.
Climate change and global warming, yes. There's a certain degree of validity to this, yet I feel it's been manipulated, especially by the liberal academia and political wing of the Democrats, for their own personal and monetary gain. I feel politicians and scientists should worry more about the here and now and less about a slight change, so to say, in temperature resulting in the next apocalypse.
This debate is highly heated. Let's go back to the studio. John?
Thank you, Richie Guerriere. But let's replay the soundbite.
I feel politicians and scientists should worry more about the here and now.
Politicians and scientists should worry more about the here and now? Really? The earth is being killed by that rubbish ideology. Now! All of these new pollutants are deadly and strangling our home. We can easily deal with this by ending the burning of fossil fuels. We need to transition into electric cars like Tesla Motors. Many argue that we still burn fossil fuels with electric cars. However, you need to understand point and non-point pollution. Non-point comes from no specific place, like CO leaks from our exhausts. Point sources come from one distinct place, like a factory pipe. We can mitigate point pollution with more case than non-point pollutants. Also, if the government would actually spend money and invest in alternative energy like solar and wind and hydroelectric, we can stop burning coal and oil and get America clean. The Clean Air Act allows the EPA to set standards for air quality. They need to get more stringent standards. In 1955, Congress passed the Air Pollution Control Act to fight pollution at the source. We need to fight pollution. We need to fight it at the source. The planet needs to be saved, and the government needs to do it. Thank you for watching The Newsroom. I'm John Smith. Good night, America, and breathe happy.